Dying Light 2's prologue. You know, the one that's super beautiful and has Spike and everybody loves it and it's debatably the best part of the game. Yeah, it's gone. Why, you may ask? I don't know. Oh, look at that. Techland, they have update notes. Why don't we take a look at those? Maybe they'll explain everything there. Maybe it's for a good reason. Let's see here. They say, we've refined the prologue to be shorter and more engaging, letting players dive into the core of the game quicker. We've improved the lighting, yellow, to help new players. They removed it for no good reason. No good reason. Well, technically they say they shortened it. You know what, maybe I should play it and find out what they shortened about it. You know, maybe it's not that bad. But maybe they left Spike in it, because we all love Spike, and who doesn't want Spike? I mean, it's Spike. Spike, come on. They can't remove Spike. They removed Spike. They removed Spike. In fact, from what I can tell, the only thing they did was remove the section with Spike. The only good part of the game story, they removed. The only part that made sense. It didn't even make sense. But they removed it. They removed the only good part. You know, all the footage you're seeing on screen right now is footage from the part they removed. The part that they removed. You know, if we go back to one of my playthroughs and listen to what I say about playing the prologue, this will just explain everything about why it's so stupid that they removed Spike.
Yeah, we'll play the prologue. I want to see Spike.
Yeah, I literally played the prologue because I wanted to see Spike, because he's the only good character in the game except for Hakon. In fact, you know that little bit where Aiden talks to Spike kind of like sets up that Aiden knows Spike and they're kind of friends, which, by the way, Spike, like the little bit he's in the Beast, kind of like, you kind of need to know that connection between Aiden and Spike for it to kind of make sense why Aiden is even in Dying Like the Beast. But without that, instead we get a letter from Spike, apparently. Yeah. A letter. No, don't worry. They kept Spike in the game just a little bit. With a letter. A letter. Because, yeah, instead of actually talking to Spike for what, the extra 10, 15 minutes it adds to the prologue, we get a letter. A letter. By the way, they also removed the part where you, like, fight the Banshee, which is, like, kind of the only part of the game where you ever see a Banshee in the story. Like, I haven't seen a Banshee, like, since then. Okay, that's a lie. I see them, like, once. They're around military thing. Whatevers. But my point is, they removed Spike. I don't know if you can tell this, but this video is, like, completely uncut and unimprovised, and I'm just yapping about they removed Spike. But it's like, come on. Like, it sets up stuff for the Beast. With that little, like, you could play the prologue and then, like, not any more of the story, like the prologue that had Spike in it, and then go play the Beast, and you have everything you need from Dying Light 2, everything, in order for that to make sense why Aiden's in it and why Spike is there. But they removed, like, the part that actually fits with the other story and other stories. You also don't get the part where Spike says, I wish Crane could have seen this, because that's like a really tough part and really tough scene. But no, we don't have that. They also removed, like, the chase, which I guess wasn't, like, that big a thing. Like, chase later in the kind of prologue, not really prologue, with Hakon and stuff. I don't know why they did that. I mean, it introduces you to what? I guess it doesn't actually introduce you to volatiles, but they removed that too. I guess whatever, remove that. But they removed Spike. Out of all things to remove, they removed, like, the only part of the story that made sense. I've said that way too many times, but you get my point here. I really don't like that they removed Spike. Anyway, Techland, bring Spike back, please. That's all we need. And everybody, have a good day.